Not only do we have wrestling AI videos,
Already.
apparently they're trying to have wrestling AI scripts. And this is all according to the Wrestling Observer. Cyrus
Oh, wow.
Kalsari.
Kosari. Okay.
He is the senior director of creative strategy for the
Yeah.
WWE. He has been tasked to spearhead WWE's transition towards AI driven storytelling and creative services. Apparently, also, they've been working with an AI platform to help book their stories. But they said one of the
Oh,
prompts that they put in gave them an idea to book Bobby Lashley, who is no longer with the company, to return as a wrestler who is obsessed with Japanese culture and history. And I said, I've heard of that before. I had to do my own little investigation, right?
yeah.
This had to put out some better ideas. I don't really like to talk about this just because, but I have an executive source in the WWE. I had to find out exactly like, is this true? Apparently it is. Well, what other ideas did this shit turn out? And they actually told me some of the ideas that this shit turned out, bro. It came out with an idea that Jimmy Uso would take on a Mortal Kombat gimmick, and he would come out there. He would just like learn martial arts, learn karate, and he would just like eventually start dressing like Liu Kang, and he would call himself Usli.
Bro.
They said it had another
Oh,
idea.
God.
This is a wrestler who he's not retired. He hasn't appeared in WWE on a regular basis since like 1999. A millennial gangrel who would come out there and say, I switched to plant-based blood alternatives. We vegan now. We only rock with vegan blood.
What?
What vegan blood is, I don't know. Never heard of any vegetables or anything bleeding. Thought only living things bleed. He said he's going to start a new faction called the Brood Light, preaching sustainability through eternal flame. And then they said there's a multiverse R-Truth, where R-Truth will come out there and insist that he still works in TNA and the NWA. He has like these versions of himself that interact with each other, but it's his imaginations. That would be fired up.
I'm about to say that kind of checks. But that's one out of three. Like the rest of that, what the hell, bro?
What the hell?
And then they
No,
said Gunther had one too, called Force Gunther, because
of
Gunther would
course.
come out there and cut a promo and say, I realize I've been too violent in this ring. And he said he's going to stop using physical contact to win his matches. So he starts winning his matches by using the force. He starts like force choking people.
All right, bro.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
This was the one I was just like, nah, fam. You ready for this one? The Rock versus Dwayne Johnson.
What?
You remember Hollywood Rock in '03? He used to cut them promos via satellite. Like he cut that one promo, it was literally a taped promo, and Terry thought that shit was live. So it was like Dwayne Johnson versus The Rock. We get The Rock posting up via satellite on the screen, like, but then he just start talking shit about his career, talking about all his movies that flopped, how Black Adam flopped, how Doom flopped. Y'all remember Doom?
Yeah.
Just start talking shit about his acting career, how he's not a good actor, how he tried to bury Vin Diesel and those guys and come in and swoop under and take their shit. And he tried to do the same thing to DC and swoop in and take DC and pull the rug from up under folks. He just start burying his own career every single week until The Rock eventually makes an appearance live in the arena to admit to everybody that that is not him.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
It is a deep fake version of Dwayne The Rock Johnson cutting these promos via satellite, and that his handlers, if you will, in Hollywood made this AI version of The Rock because he was basically getting out of line. He said, oh, you want to lose weight? Fuck you, Rock. You want to actually be a real actor? No. You're going to do all these big blockbuster Hollywood projects. And this eventually would lead to the great one versus the great algorithm at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia in a cinematic match directed by Quentin Tarantino.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah, man. Quentin Tarantino.
That's madness, bro.
Which one of these storylines would you want to see for real?
Just honestly, just the R-Truth joint. Because he low key was like, it seemed like he was kind of in that type of headspace for a minute anyway.
Hey, now give me that millennial vegan gang grill. I want to see how they do that. What is plant-based blood?